Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Season 11. We're here with Round 1. It's a brand new day for the Sim Racing Alliance. It's going to be a little bit more punishing out here during qualifying.
It's definitely a hard one here. It's what it's like. It's very, very punishing.
For all the way in Germany, this will be the first time we see this in the team series here. This is a track where you will be driving the track, not as much driving the drivers on the track.
Very brave is the Ferrari to get the move done.
He does get this position done.
Oh, huge contact, and they're both going to go around. Going to be a huge move up the inside.
He's been using every bit of the track.
Pedal to the metal, foot to the floor.
And we're off and away for SRA.
Welcome everybody to Season 12, Division 4, Round 4 of the GT3 Team Series here at SRA. We're racing today in Monza, the Temple of Speed, and joining me is Ryan Van Epps and Sean Daniels. I'm Jorge Blasini Rivera, and I would like to extend a welcome to all of you out there tonight. How are you doing, Ryan? How are you doing, Sean?
Oh, doing good. Excited for the action and hopefully no incidences, but most likely some. So looking forward to it all.
Yeah, we all know the how Monza usually goes in public lobbies. Hopefully it's not the same here tonight.
Yeah, this track is known for its the high speed straights, the sharp chicanes. So the battles tonight are probably going to be very close, very fast. Drivers fighting for position, but also fighting to just stay alive on track. And we should have some good action for everyone tonight.
For everybody that's new out there to racing, let's go ahead and check out the track map so that you have a reference of what we're talking about. Here we got Monza in Monza, Italy. Length of 5.793 kilometers or 3.6 freedom units. And 11 turns. You want to go through some of them, Ryan?
Oh man, I gotta remember my turn names if somebody else knows them a little bit better. But
Sure, I'll help you out. Let's go with turn 1 and turn 2, which are going to be our main action points at the race start today. It's called Variante del Retifilo, or the Retifilo chicane in English. Then that leads you to Curva Grande, turn 3, all the way to Variante de la Roja, and turn 5 and 4. Anybody else want to take over?
Do not have.
You're doing great.
Okay, so then you got.
I know 3 of the 4 turn or 3 of the 11 turn names. That's about it.
All right, no problem. Then we go over in turn 6 and 7. Those are your Lesmo turns, Lesmo 1 and Lesmo 2. Then you got that straight going to Ascari. That's turn 8, 9, and 10. You got another straight down to Parabolica, turn 11, and that brings you back to the front straight. And that's your lap around Monza. Very fun, very high speed, very high risk, high reward. Let's check the standings here for our Division 4. Sean, take it away.
What are we looking at? Teams or series standings. So we got Rene Oki in P1, who unfortunately is missing tonight. Followed up by Dean Stefani in P2, 12 points back. And Anton Rushevich looking to make a big jump tonight. He's only 44 points back. followed by Davim Galindo in P4, and Elliot Levine in P5.
Yeah, really unfortunate about Ren Aoki not being able to race tonight with the back-to-back wins last 2 races. I'm sure it would have been nice to see if he could get his 3rd.
Indeed. All the way in P12, we got our P1 for silver at Eric Rotherham with 124 on the Bentley. So the Bentley dominating the silver division. Let's see who we got on page 2. We got some newcomers here. I see the Cube Master is at spot number 39. He got moved up from Division 5, so congratulations, Cube. Welcome to the show.
And I will say one thing about the guys that got moved up. One cool story with that: Hassam Rimzik and Stephen Dutton are actually teammates from D5, so they got to come together and keep the team together as they came to D4 here.
Oh, that's good.
So sweet. Yeah, we'll welcome you guys as well. Hope to see you guys perform as well as you did on D5. Looking forward for it. See how the teams are doing.
Man, it's really cool to see one of the teams up sitting in position number 1. One of them's a Bentley driver, so that's cool to see. Of the Crazy Rabbits Racing, Justin Moffitt and Matt Mellinson. Very cool to see Bentley drivers up top. Sitting in 2nd place, followed right behind them is Top Gear Bottom Text of Ren Aoki and Stefan Buckley. And sitting in 3rd to round out your podium is Sub-Zero Motorsports with Davim Galindo and Brett Swift.
Yep. Do you have any predictions for today?
So I got a wild prediction. Pablo Ferrer, coming from D5. He's a D5 driver, moving up to his first race tonight in D4. Very fast driver. I've had to race against him before. I'm gonna pick him as my go-to tonight.
Oh, very well. Well, our drivers are out on the field right now, getting their qualifying laps in. So let's check them out.
Yeah, the Mustangs are Mustangs and Bentleys, the 3 cars you're seeing right up front. They are said to be pretty fast this track. Bentley specifically with a minus 40 kg BOP. They're out to make a name tonight for sure. I believe that is Thomas Greer going out first, leading the pack.
It is indeed Thomas Greer.
I'm also noticing I misspoke, and Rene Aoki is not missing the race. He's sitting in the pits waiting for his gold split to go out.
He's definitely
amazing
in there.
To see that.
If you're new here to the series, on the first 10 minutes of qualifying, we'll have our silver divisions putting out their best laps, and then at minute 11, our gold division drivers will take the field. As we jump in here with Thomas to show us a lap around Monza. This is turn 1 and turn 2. Taking it to turn 3 in Corvo Grande.
And this is actually your the fastest practice lap. This is the teammate of Anton Rushovich, who Anton put down the fastest practice lap. So we'll see if he's shared any of that special sauce with his teammate here and got him up to pace.
Nicely done on the 2nd chicane. Now we're out here at turn 6, Lesmo 1. Easy on the throttle. Lesmo 2. A little bit wide. You want to run over the inside curve there a little bit to get a better exit, but not too bad. And we have a run up down through the bridge into Variante Ascari. Very high speed chicane. Taking it a bit conservative. He might be on a banker lap, but not to worry. Then pedal to the metal, down up the gears, down into Corvo Parabolica at the end. And that's your lap around Monza. Let's see what kind of time he puts up. We got a 150, a lot of time still out there. As Rotherham throws a 148 almost immediately after.
Wasting no time where Greer seems to have put down a banker lap. Rotherham said, he's still, I believe, a banker lap. I still think he's got some more time to squeeze out of there, but he wanted to really put it down on his first lap.
Got the Cube Master out there on an improvement on his previous time of 149. He's currently standing on P4 on his D4 debut.
Yep. Looking to make him name for himself in the new division here.
I will say that hopefully they've found some alternate braking references, because those 50 and 100 boards.
We got Rotherham spinning out in front of Cube Master. Got out of the way. Sorry for the interruption there.
You're fine. They're not gonna last. Ours were gone last night during silver qualifying.
Yes, so for you guys trying to improve on your skills, always find a permanent brake marker, not one that can be destroyed. Maybe a tree, a different color railing on the wall. But if you depend on those 100 meter, 200 meter boards that are on the road, those will disappear at one point. As Cube Master is up a second right now, going into Parabolica. He's up for a major improvement. And up to P3 with a 148.4. Let's see who else is out there.
We have Bentley's holding down our top 3 spots currently. Or 3 of our top 4 spots currently, I'm sorry.
Honestly, as to be expected a little bit.
Hesham Rensk also making his debut here, D4. Currently a P4 for silver, not bad, with a 148.7.
Shane Transu sitting in P2 currently with a Ferrari. It's the first Ferrari we've seen in the top 5 so far.
Well, this is the home of the Tifosi, so if you're running on a Ferrari, you better perform today.
Yep.
Oh, the crowd will let you hear it. The Tifosi being the Ferrari faithful. That's the name of the fan base for those new to motorsport. So Darren Robichaud here is improving. He's currently on P3. Let's see what kind of times he can put up. Good for pole right now at a 148 flat. Jump back with Hasham, who's in a massive improvement right now. He's sitting in P7. Ooh. Lost a bit of time there. Problem is, if you make a mistake there, you're gonna lose time the whole way down to Parabolica.
He was up almost 7/10, and now he's only 3/10 up. So that's a big loss just from that one straight.
It would 7/10 would have put him on pole. So
oh yeah,
he'll have a chance to go again. Maybe bring it around and get it.
You know, he's out there feeling it right now, feeling the pressure of getting told that he is good enough to move up to the next division. So now he's got to prove it, make a name for himself in this division, and prove that he belongs here. You know. How many of these drivers do you guys think, knowing Aoki is here tonight, are kind of looking at him to see if they can be the one to break the streak?
How many drivers do we have? I would say 34 of them.
They want to be the driver that breaks the win streak here tonight.
Big improvement for Cube Master up to P2.
He sure did. I'm showing, oh, just crossed the line there. Kyle Miller will be, I think, the last of our, no. There's still a few others behind him. I'm not showing a lot of improvements. Mike Heisner is up 3/10.
Seems like I believe Dan Rufus is up about 3/10 on his time, sitting in P17 currently. Up 4/10 now.
No.
Oh.
Sorry, my fault. I should have clicked on you. Let's go back
The
to
curse.
Heisler. Yeah. He was using all the track there. He said, I paid for the whole track. I'm going to use the whole track. Let's listen into that Porsche sound. He lost the rear there a little bit, lost all his progress. And that's it for our Silver Division drivers, with Darren Robershot sitting in provisional pole. Let's see what our gold drivers can do.
Huge for Cube Master and Rimzik. P2 and P3 coming from Division 5, and then Steven Dutton sitting P5 currently provisionally, also another D5 driver.
They're not playing around.
Oh. So if anybody in the chat has a pick for who they believe is going to win, or if anybody's got some fantasy drivers racing tonight, throw them in the chat and let us know who you believe is going to win, or who you're looking forward to doing well or winning.
I'm scared to make a pick myself. Every pick that I've made has ended terribly for that person so far.
That is not even that's not even commentator's curse. That's just that's a whole nother level. That's almost like the what is it, Coach Jeffrey's picks.
Yep.
You know, when you get picked on the Coach Jeffrey's pick, it's almost not a good thing. You almost guaranteed to have a bad race.
We got Justin Moffat letting us off for the gold division. Let's see how he does it on the Bentley.
So we're in the 47s already just from silver, so probably going to see some low 47s for quali, for the gold.
Maybe.
You'd have to think so.
All I know is Justin's having the time of his life at that Bentley in this track, man. He can eat those curves like it's no problem.
That is a different story for all the McLaren drivers out there.
We can use some curb.
Some curb, not lots of curb.
Not enough curb.
I would say the Mercedes drivers out there also are loving this track and being able to eat up the curbs, but we do not have any Mercedes drivers in this division, surprisingly.
Interesting. I mean, I don't find the Mercedes easy to drive, but then again, that's a skill issue.
That's what I drove last season, and I had a pretty enjoyable time in it once I got used to the car.
See, of course, we have a Rushovich in the chat for winning. We got Muff back. We got Muff fans back. That's a Justin Moffitt. And 644 is going to take it home.
644 will be the charm.
Ducharme. Not a bad pick, honestly. Not a bad pick.
Moffat crosses the line at 148.4. Good for P8 at the moment.
Rushovich straight to P1.
No prisoners, he says.
Absolutely using all the runoff curb available. Only within track limits. 147.6 currently sitting on provisional pole.
And
he's not done.
He's improving, yeah.
He wants to make that provisional pole a solidified pole.
Oh no!
Speaking of taking curbs too much. That's alright, he still has plenty of time to get a few more laps in.
Dean Stephanie crosses the line at P11.
Hoping to see a lot more out of Dean here. He race 1 winner as a silver driver. He's been struggling for the last few races since, but hoping to see something out of him tonight.
Here's our division leader, Ren Aoki.
Your back-to-back race winner.
He's currently sitting at P20. Might not be his best track.
It is said from a lot of people that the GTR is not a big fan of this track. A lot of the GTR drivers say they struggle with this track and this car. So we'll see if he can manage to wrangle this car into another win for himself.
So closing in on Levine, he might lose some time there. As per SRA rules, you cannot overtake on a qualifying lap. Ooh, he's a little bit of slide there. Brings it home at P17. He's gonna have some work to do today, as Anton is improving again.
Aoki's got about probably 2 more laps to be able to improve and get himself into a better spot, because sitting mid-pack at this track for turn 1 is not the ideal spot to be, because that's about where the carnage is going to happen when you get that accordion effect coming into T1.
Rusevich lost the rear again at the chicane there at the end. That might play into the race later. We'll keep an eye on him going through Ascari. He seems to be struggling on that particular set of turns.
I think he might be knowing that as well himself, and thinking come race time he may play it a little safer and try to take a little less curb when he's not pushing for the all-out lap time.
Muffet coming out through Parabolica with 3/10 improvement on his time.
And that's going to put him up P3, I believe.
Yeah, P3. Dambler also improving about 3/10. Should be good for P4 if he can keep it together.
Yep, that's going to be a solid P4 for him. Dean Stefani improving by a little over a tenth.
He just lost
Never
all his
mind, it
progress
seems to
there.
be going down, right as I said it.
But who's not going down is Anton here, up 2/10 on his pole time right now.
Let's see how he takes Ascari this time around. Does he take less curb? Does he try to get it a little bit better?
Ooh, too much curb once more.
Too much curb.
Yep.
He's really gonna have to get something figured out come race time, or else that is gonna really hurt him.
He's not going to make it back in time for another lap.
Nope. Matt Schmitzer. We didn't see it live, but Matt Schmitzer made a jump from, I believe he was around P16 all the way up to P6.
Not bad.
Dean Stefani back to 2/10 up on his time here. This is his last chance. Will not have time for another lap as we just closed out the time in gold qualifying here. So these drivers on track, this is their last go around here. Stefani's really going to want to make it into that top 10 spot, give himself a little bit easier of a race tonight. Coming down the straight into Ascari, one of probably going to be a make or break turn for a lot of drivers tonight, as we see a lot of instances here. Let's see how he handles it. Beautifully done.
That'll get a little more sketchy later in the runs.
Oh yeah. You start losing your tires a little bit. You got bumper-to-bumper traffic. Still about almost 2/10 up on his time here. Can he get a good run out of Parabolica?
Good
Puts him
enough
in
for P6. So
Nicely done.
There you have your pole sitter, Anton Rusevic, but a 147.6. But a lot of questions on whether he'll be able to keep it under control through Ascari. That remains to be seen. Well, while the drivers get ready, let's take a moment to thank our sponsors. If somebody would be kind and do us the honors.
I can get you on that. A huge thank you to our SRA sponsors and title sponsors for supporting us here at SRA. Oh, sorry about that. As well as support from Documize, a modern business solution for product management. Go to documize.com to learn more today. And support from Retro Saga, a North American-based gaming company that provides accessories for your favorite classic systems, including Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, and much more. Enhance your retro gaming experience today at retrosaga.ca. And a big thank you to our affiliates, Track Racer. Experience redefined gaming with Track Racer's high-quality sim rigs and accessories. Use code SRATE at checkout to support us. Armamentario, a toolbox for ACC that will enhance your chance to win. Enjoy a fully customizable and enhanced HUD to change the way you experience ACC. AT3D Sim Shop. Upgrade your sim racing experience with premium 3D printed accessories featuring precision crafted magnetic shifters, sleek cable management solutions, versatile stream deck mounts, and immersive dashboard displays. Their innovative designs enhance performance and style. Elevate every lap with top-tier quality and craftsmanship at at3d.net. Go Setups, premium esports setups for everyone. Use our affiliate link on our Discord and take your drive to the next level. Castle and Cauldron, a home-based crafting business specializing in handmade Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts, and Fairy World collectibles, magic wands, potions, mini dioramas, wall decor, costumery, cosplay, and much more. Castle and Cauldron is where crafting meets the magical. Visit facebook.com/Castle Cauldron. And from KP Concepts, your source for custom automotive renderings, graphic design, and printing. We spend countless hours making you look good, all for the spectacle. Check out kpconcepts.com for more.
All right, thank you so much, Ryan. Let's jump back into the race. As our drivers are about to start going down the line. See if we can catch some of the liveries before they start getting going.
Cube Master in the chat saying he is coming for Ian Demler. Last time he was here, he was racing Demler, so we got ourselves a little rivalry with Cube Master and Demler. We got rooting for Rimzik and Dutton going on. Those are some of your new D4 drivers on the team of the Blind Babushkas, sorry. You want to run through all the cars here? We can list off the drivers in order, give them a little screen time. In P1, sitting one of the fan favorites, Anton Rushevich, with the fastest lap right now. Sitting P2, right behind him, Darren Robichaud. Sitting right behind him in P3, we have Justin Moffitt. P4, Ian Demler. And rounding out the top 5 is Cube Master. Following right behind him in 6th is Dean Stefani. Waleed Sadat right behind in 7th. Matt Schmitzer, P8. Hassam Rimzik, P9. Rounding out your top 10 is Eric Rudderham. Sitting right behind him in 11th is Stephen Dutton, followed by Matt Anderson, Shane Transu, Brett Swift, Pablo Ferrer, Kyle Miller, Tim Ducharme, Matt Matisse, Randy Oki, and finishing out your top 20 is Thomas Greer. Right behind him, we have Elliot Levine, followed by Felix Payat. 23rd, we have Jake Battle, who's also a new D4 driver coming from D3, actually. Final behind him is Jordan Kimball, Rafael Cabrera, Davine Galindo, Vincent Nicolette, Mike Heisner, Dan Rufus, Stefan Buckley, Aaron Kovac, Matthew Enriquez, Sergio Lindo, JP Johnston, and rounding out the final driver, Scott Johnston.
Aoki on 19th is going to have some work to do today.
That he is. Some work with a car that doesn't want to work with the track. So he's got a real fight out of him. Looking for a good race out of him. Praying for a clean lap one from all the drivers here.
Should be an interesting start to the race. I'm noticing we've got only 6 gold drivers in the top 17 positions.
That's how it seems to have gone for a lot of the division racing here at Monza. Some drivers who you're not used to seeing up top, they know how to find pace here. It is a very, very fast track where it takes a lot of precision, and some people just know how to drive this track. Between the P1 and P3, a Mustang and 2 Bentleys, we are going to have an absolute drag race into turn 1. Very fast cars in a straight line here.
We're going to try a little bit, something a little bit different today, since turn 1 is going to be spicy. We'll have a free cam up to turn 1 from the race start. That way we can catch any of the cool moments at the back of the pack. As we're lined up side by side, waiting for those green lights. Take it away, Ryan.
Oh man, we got an exciting team one coming up ahead of you as we wait for that green flag and those pretty green lights here. Nerves are building up. Everyone's a little nervous for this T1, and the green flag has dropped. Anton Rushevich gets a great launch. but Darren Robichaud is right next to him. They are side by side, and here comes Moffitt down the middle. Demmler wants to get a part of it. They go 2 wide behind in the second row. Seems like the first 2 rows are clean through. We got a little bump nudge.
Ooh, we have a traffic jam. Yeah, we have a traffic
Coming
jam.
to a stop, but nobody got spun. There was a couple taps from front bumper to rear bumper as Robichaud makes it around Rushevich here. And Demmler makes it around Moffitt. Demmler and Moffitt side by side. Little contact. Moffitt goes on the outside. Demmler on the inside. Moffitt gets the inside back and makes the pass back to get P3 back. As Robichaud starts to pull away from Rushevich here, and Rushevich and they both start to pull away from P3 and 4.
Anton's going to be looking to get that position back.
We got a car off in the back. 743 of JP Johnston.
JP Johnston, I believe, also a new driver to Division 4 this race.
Ooh, that was
gets
just
spun. Oh, McLaren spins out 2 cars there. So it seems like a misbraking situation there by the McLaren.
How many points for 2 cars?
It's going to be a lot, unfortunately.
Robichaud
staying right behind Robichaud as they come into a Parabolica here. Rushevich comes on behind him. We have a long race ahead of us, so you want to fight a little bit here, and sooner or later here they're going to start to kind of settle in.
side-by-side action between Matissey and Ferrer. They're going to take it down to P1. We're jumping on board with Matissey. Pedal to the metal. They're dead even.
Line.
Yep. Ferrer seems to back up a little bit as they hard on the brake. Goes into the inside of Miller.
A spin in front.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's cars around in front. I believe that was Ian Demmler.
Woo! There we have a big one. We have the big one.
Oh my gosh,
we have
a
the
huge
big
pile up in T1. A huge pile up in T1. It didn't happen on lap 1, but it did happen on lap 2, unfortunately. It's so hard to see when cars are spun in the corner when you're on a sharp 90 degree
catches the
like that.
grass. He just
catches the grass.
Oh my God.
Comes into the already pile up, unfortunately. 644 and 365 look to be having issues right now.
There's a lot of cars everywhere in the road. I can't keep up.
with all the damage that everybody gained from those incidences in turn 1, there's probably going to be a few more as their braking points are a little bit different. As Rushevich comes to the outside a little bit, but decides to pull back as they come through Ascari here. These two seem like they're kind of settling in and just figuring each other's pace out right now. Rushevich is going to try to find out where he's faster than Robichaud, where he can make his move as he goes to the outside, coming into Parabolica. Robichaud with the defensive line.
I'm curious to see.
Back under.
I'm curious to see if the issues that he had in qualifying through Ascari will make him any, maybe hesitant through there during the race.
You would think so. You would think he's going to try to find a new line as the race goes on. We have 56 minutes left. He's going to try to find that new line, and once he finds that new line,
we have a car off the road.
Tim Ducharme in the Aston Martin coming through Ascari.
Oh, jumps the curb.
Gets the inside little tiny sausage curbs. You don't see a lot of people having issues with those, but when they do, you get airborne. It's never good. Unfortunately, he made contact with a McLaren during his incident.
I see Ben Roberts in the chat. We're missing him tonight.
Wally Sadat.
He might have a move up to left. That easy pass.
Rudderham.
Number 1.
Rudderham on the inside. It seems like Schmitzer is going to want to try to make a move here on Sadat as well.
We got 4-car train here.
Q-Master has moved his way up into P3. We got Rimzik leading the 4-car train as Matisse goes up the inside, coming into Parabolica to make the move. Does he make it stick?
Ooh, contact.
Little contact. Makes the pass stick as it seems Fair wants to make the move on Rimzik, and Demler's going to follow through. Rimzik losing 3 positions there on that whole incident.
Cute Messer on the outside of the first chicane.
Trying to hold on to that P3 spot, and he makes it work. Good defensive driving by Cube Master there.
He'll get a little breathing room too now because I believe the cars behind him just held each other up a little bit.
Is Anderson going to fall behind? Yep, he falls back into line. This is about how this race is going to be for the entire hour. It is going to be non-stop action like this. Tight track with very close racing.
Anton still haven't managed to find a pass over Robershot as he's going to try a move out on the outside of Ascari. Thinks better of it.
As he figured out this last turn. Yeah, if you notice, he's taking that last curb. He's not even taking it at all. He's kind of staying on more on the track just to be safe. He's not pushing for that fastest lap right now. He's just trying to stay alive and stay in this fight right here. Just a little train of cars coming into a parabolic in here.
Little bit wide there for Schmitzer as Rotherham will have the run on the inside.
Gonna go door to door into T1 here. Who backs out first?
He's well ahead. He should keep control.
Yep.
Ooh, the BMW outbrakes him.
Has the inside here? Does he put him driving through there?
Oh, a little bit of
McLaren coming on the track.
Matisse is probably going to try to move on the inside of the second chicane. Ooh, a little bit of love tap there. He's going to lose a position, though, to the McLaren. Ooh, the Porsche loses in front of us. McLaren thinks better of it. Porsche rejoins.
Matt Matisse with the fastest lap of the race right now, of a 149.1, sitting back in P11. So he's, even with all the traffic, somehow he found the room to put down the fastest lap.
It's a lot of shoving and pushing in there.
Demler makes it through, and Fair is going to take advantage of that and also try to find his way through to keep following Demler. He wants to stick with Demler as he makes that move past Matisse here, and he does. Makes it stick to the outside.
We've lost a few cars. We've had a few disconnects here. I see Dean Stefani in the chat.
Oh, we got a fight up in front with Anton Rusevic attacking on the outside there. Sorry for the interruption.
Good. Looks like we've also lost Justin Moffitt and Stephen Dutton.
Oh, Stephen Dutton, D5 driver, racing D4 tonight. We have a lot of that in these races tonight. People giving up. Rushovich dives the outside.
He's gonna have the inside now.
For the next turn. He does. Can he make it stick? Little bump. Seems like Robichaud had a little bit better of a drive out of that corner. Rushovich kind of needs to play it smart here and settle in and let this fight play out, and maybe start thinking eventually about an undercut. But just needs to play it safe and not push the envelope too much right now. We got a lot of race to go.
There's a lot of action going on all sorts of places in this track.
There's a 5-car train just for P3.
Yeah. P4 actually. No, yeah, P3. Yeah.
Stefani, unfortunate to hear that you're out of the race tonight. Hate to see people having to leave that early, but that is kind of one of the downsides of Monza here. Very tight track, high speeds into slow corners, causes for a lot of incidences. Hate to see people have to drop out of the race, but
Rotherham might have a run here at Sadat. As he opts for the inside line in Parabolica. Sadat chops across. That's fairly dangerous. He lost control of the car though, so Rotherham should have this pass. Yep, easy does it. Let's see if Sadat answers.
Sadat in the draft, uptight.
Later on the brakes.
What a lunge.
Oh
He's
no,
gonna
too
take out
late
Ray.
on the
Takes out
brakes.
Cube. Too late on the brakes. Should wait here and give that spot back. Might get a very big penalty for that, taking that spot. Unfortunate for Cube. Not even in this fight.
Ooh.
Yep, that was one of the classic Monza moves of trying to outbrake into T1 and almost never works for you. T1 is not the place to make passes here.
We got another
Hopefully
car
Cube
up in the
can-
back. Car number 216. That's Transu.
I believe that's Demler right behind him, unless that's Demler's teammate. I may be mistaken. It maneuvered a little bit.
Yeah, kind of.
Good holding brakes. Good job holding the brakes.
Renaoki. Oh no! What did we just go into?
Oh,
That's Cube Master and Renaoki right there fighting for position. Oh, there's a Porsche off the road.
fair, and the Porsche come in contact and come in contact again. And then the Porsche takes out fair.
And then-
Cube, oh no.
Bowling pins.
They have nowhere to go.
Yep, Cube was just trying to stay alive through there as he got pinballed between two cars. Really hoping Cube can, he's probably gonna have to get into the pits after that one, and see if he can collect a race back together.
We got another car off the road. Just disappeared from my screen, so I think he disconnected. This is turning into one of those days.
We all expected it from this some beloved, some hated track Monza here. This is
He'll take his pit.
Yep, has a lot of damage to fix after that one, most likely. Hopefully he can scrounge himself a race back up together.
I think it's safe to say that we won't have a three-peat here for Aoki after that.
Unfortunately not. That's a tough bet for your race leader, or sorry, points leader.
Rafael Cabrera putting the move on Thomas Greer here, trying to dive the inside.
Gives him space.
A little bit of touch. They're both off the road as the Porsche says thank you very much. And so does the Ferrari.
These chicanes, it's one of the only places to pass on this track, but it is such a hard thing to pass in because when you come into it and you make your first turn side by side, you almost lose sight of where the person is, so you don't know how much space to give them. And that's usually what happens. Usually the contact comes in the second part of the chicane. After you make it through clean side by side in the first, the second part of the chicane, when you don't know how wide to give space, is when the contact is made, unfortunately. But there's really no other place to pass on this track. Schmidt late on the brakes.
It's gonna have the inside.
Side by side again.
Robichaud will have again. Yeah, that's about the third time Rushevich has tried it in that same move there. But that Bentley just has enough power on the outside to get a really good run where diving that inside on that last left-hander, you're kind of having to slow up a lot, and you lose where that Bentley on the outside.
This is
wow,
gonna be
we have
spicy here into turn one.
Oh
my God! Brace yourself, guys.
Please, everybody, use an earlier brake spot.
Oh, there it goes.
Into the Ferrari, into the GTR. That was actually initiated by that brownish Porsche in the back that sent the Ferrari up into the GTR.
Grab the popcorn, guys. This is gonna be a good one today.
This is one of those tracks that you almost, as the Mustang of Greer, is going to want to try to capitalize on. Switch back to the inside. Goes a little too tight. Cuts the curb, cuts the track a little bit. Might need to give that position back.
We got a three-way battle here for P15 as Payant goes to the outside, evading Sir Yulindo. Good heads up there. Ooh, hold the brakes, get out of the way. Yeah.
Lindo just seems to have lost his rear there a little bit. Probably has a little overheated tires from his spin in turn one after getting taken out.
All right, here we go again into turn one.
Does he try the same move?
Gonna go to the outside this time.
Yep. I believe Robichaud should have stuck with his normal plan of what's been working for him, staying on the outside for this turn. Rushevich is not going to have the run for this one. Robichaud should have a better exit here. You know, this is a track where you don't want to drive in your mirrors ever, but if you a lot of times when you get taken out, it's not even by the person directly behind you. It's usually by the person behind you who gets punted into you. So when you know there's about 4 cars behind you coming into a turn one or turn second chicane, you know, it gets a little nerve-wracking, wondering if a car is going to get thrown into you from 4 positions back.
Judging braking distance is a big key to driving well here.
We still got a 5-car train for P3. Oh,
Ooh, Bentley hits the wall.
Yeah.
Is that Kyle Miller?
Matt Anderson. Or no,
Rudderham.
sorry. Rudderham, yeah. Seems like he just lost the rear a little bit.
Into Lesmo 2. Let's see. A little too wide. Too much curve there for Anton. Asma almost loses it.
That battle for P1 might come down to the pit. Ferrari GTR coming in very hot. Or sorry, Aston Martin coming in very hot. Good avoidance on the Bentley there, missing the Bentley. I'm not sure why the deltas of the gaps on the cars are not showing right now.
Oh, I got you.
Just had people asking in the chat about it.
There they are.
Perfect. Rushevich seemed to have lost a lot of time out of that T1 curb. Definitely fell back a little bit, but definitely not out of it at all.
Right. For the most part, everybody seems to have settled down. We got about 10 cars down 1 lap. Matisse trying to make a move outside on Parabolica into Rotherham. Rotherham dives into the pit. If you're just joining us, guys, welcome to the round 4 of Division 4 here at SRA GT3 Team Series. Welcome. If you guys have your favorite driver, please give out shout out in the comments, and we'll give them some screen time. No problem, guys. It's my fault for not putting the times in the beginning, but thank you for calling it out. Oh, as Darren Robershot almost loses it there. We got a car off the road back in the back. That's Felix Paulliant. I wonder what happened there. We're on the straight.
P. Johnston here. Right up on his bumper. Fight for P15. Ducharme's been all over the back of Johnston here for about the last 2 laps, trying to make a move anywhere he can. Can't seem to make anything stick.
Ryan, you're breaking up, so I would recommend disconnect and reconnect.
Rushevitz gets the move done in turn 1.
Oh, we missed it. Let's go back real quick. Let's see what happens. Robershot takes the outside line late on the brakes into the first part of the chicanes, makes it stick, hugs the inside, and nicely done by Anton Rushevitz there to take P1.
Stay with him because Robichaud just took the lead back.
And he sure did. Let's go back. As he's going into the outside here. Ooh, wheel-to-wheel racing into the first chicane, second chicane. Hard on the brake for Robershot. Hugs the inside. Makes it stick.
Clean pass.
Nicely done. This is going to be a battle for the ages here. As Rusevic is all over him. Going into Ascari.
You wonder if one will try an undercut, but I question how good the undercut is here, given that it's mostly straights anyway.
It seemed to have worked out pretty well in favor of a lot of drivers in other divisions. Obviously, we saw a lot of positions gained.
As Anton dives into the pits first, and we have a car up in the off the track in the back. See if I can find him. Car 185.
Aaron Kovac.
It's all sorts of turned around.
Tough place to turn around there. It's a very tight section of road.
Oh, people are diving into the pits.
All right. Well, really excited, honestly, to see if this undercut by Rushevich pans out for him.
Got another car off the road, car 864. I think he just returned there to the pits. Didn't catch what happened.
Is Jake Battle?
Oh, he just lost the rear. He tried to fight it all the way through Parabolica. just drive it home. Drive it home. You're right there in the pits. No, he decides otherwise. Let's see if Robershon decides to cover the undercut and dive into the pit right now.
You would think he's going to. That would be the smart play here, as he does. So we're going to find out on the next lap where they fall out together.
Anton had not the fastest stop. He's 1 minute and 7 second stop, where the best ones I've seen is 1:05. As Sadat takes the lead.
Yeah, it seems as if Rushevich was stopped for 34 seconds, which is not your ideal time. Would like to point out that my pick for tonight has set the fastest lap of the race with a 1:48.8.
And that would be Pablo Ferrer.
Pablo Ferrer, one of the many TC8 drivers out there. They are a big group of drivers that I don't want to even say it because I don't want to get it wrong, but I know they are from all from the same country, and they're the TC8 racing team, and there's a lot of them. They are a force to be reckoned with. They are fast drivers.
Robershon joins the...
Rushevich got in front of him.
Yeah,
by
he did.
a margin. The undercut worked for him if he can hold it together, and they have a car between them.
Darren's pit stop was 2 seconds slower.
Ooh, that'll do it.
That is big for Rushevich, and this car sitting between them now. He's going to have to get through first before he can even get back into the fight with Rushevich. So I think Rushevich has had himself in the back a little bit for that decision.
By the way, the guys from TC8 are from Colombia.
Colombia. I knew it was somewhere down there, but I didn't want to make the wrong call there. They're fast drivers. And Pablo Ferrer, he on his first race in D4 is holding the fastest lap time, so there's something to say about that. Rushevich getting a little sideways.
He has a 3-second lead to Robershon, so
he's going to want to just maintain here. Robershon is on cold tires on this lap, so maybe Rushevich even wants to push a little bit right now to try to get that gap a little bit more before Robershon's tires start to heat up and he can start kind of putting in laps.
They're both going to gain a handful of positions. We have 4 drivers ahead of them pitting right now.
are we gonna see something into turn 1 here? This is for precision, even though the BMW has not pitted. Ooh, we got slight contact going into the first chicane as he takes the escape road.
You don't want to be the guy that takes out the leaders here.
Again, this,
even though you are battling for position.
That is for position, so it was legal.
Very true. Very, very legal. Very true. I said that it was Lindo, who has not taken his pit yet. Fight is staying alive, luckily.
Ooh, we got something here coming into turn 1 with Mike Heisner fighting Thomas Greer. Little bit of contact.
Robershon still needing to get by Lindo before he can get into the fight with Rushevich here.
Lindo should pit soon.
You would think he'd be pitting this lap to try to. He's gonna go for another lap. getting into that window where, you know, this is about the time where most people will start pitting. You start to lose your tires a little bit. It seems like almost everybody has pit. We only have 5 drivers on track. 5 drivers on track that haven't.
Ducharme has a drive-through. That's gotta be track limits.
You'd think so. You'd believe so. Oh, he has 3 laps to complete that drive-through.
As Darren Robertshot tries the inside on the second chicane. Putting some pressure on Lindo. He's losing massive amounts of time here. All this helps Anton.
Yeah, nothing but clean track in front of Anton, so.
Ian is has a good run into the Lesmos.
I would say the theme of this race would be bumper to bumper.
Robertshot managed to get by Lindo, so he's 6 seconds back.
Yeah, he's got some work to do. Rushevich has a choice to make here with 27 minutes left. Does he keep pushing, or does he kind of settle in and see what his settled in pace keeps him as a gap to Robertshot behind him?
Ian Demler with the dive on the inside, and too aggressive. Too aggressive.
Too much. Had a good move on the Aston Martin of Matt Anderson there, but didn't account for the fact that there was another McLaren there in front.
Yeah, I think he would have pulled it off if that McLaren wasn't there. Yikes.
I want to say that McLaren that he hit might have been Cube.
No, it was not.
Nope, okay. I believe.
Has Sean Risk here, moving on the outside. Fighting Rotherham with JP Johnston right behind him, and so is Galindo. Nice little 4-car train.
Mike Heismer's still working on Thomas Greer as well.
Seems as if Ian Demler did end up making that move around Matisse to take the P8 spot after his dive into T1. Eventually got around him.
For the moment.
Matt Matisse all over. Oh my God.
Oh, touched his rear bumper. Sent him flying into the wall.
We're all just witnesses to murder.
Yep, I believe he's trying to give Demler that spot, as he should, but I think Demler's going to have taken a lot of damage from that hit.
Yikes.
That is going to be some heavy front right damage to the McLaren there.
I do not want to be in the steward's office today. Oh. Let's see here. We got JP Johnston and Galindo. Galindo was behind, but he seemed to be spun out at the end of that. Let's see what happened. Tries to move it to the inside of Parabolica. Too hot. Oh.
Seems like Levine made it around Rimzik. Now trying to fight Rudderham for that next spot.
Eisner all over Thomas Greer.
Good defense out of Thomas here.
Eisner's really pushing for that.
Looks like player 3 just entered the chat as well.
That would be the Ferrari of Shane Transu.
He's gonna try the inside into Ascari. All over the curbs. Too much
Takes those
curb.
inside curves that we talked about in the beginning of the race. You cannot take that right hander tight. If you touch those curbs, it will end your race. Got a little too excited.
All the opposite luck.
Luckily avoids the wall, doesn't take damage, but
I'm sure his tires are
Rimzik
screaming.
made it back around Levine again. These two have a good battle going on here. Seem to be going back and forth. Anton Rushevich with the fastest lap of the race of a 1:48.3. Ducharme looking to make a move on Cube Master here. As Cube Master passes, oh, no, never mind, falls back, but Ducharme on the outside of Cube coming into T1.
Oof.
Little contact, that's going to give Cube some separation there. And this has been a little bit of a bloodbath tonight. It seems as if the cars that are sitting more towards the front have been able to avoid a lot of the incidences that some of these cars sitting way in the back are just been battling with.
Let's check in with our division leader, who's currently running on P last. It's gonna be a rough race for him. Rough race.
He's unfortunately, a lot of it wasn't his fault. He did have, I believe, one self mistake, but just an unfortunate situation for your points leader tonight.
Well, if you're also the points leader in your league and you don't want to be running on P last, make sure to check out Go Setups and our Discord link. Dude, Charm side by side with the Cube Master. Coming into Parabolic. A Cube Master loses control and contact. Is it me, guys? Is it me? I think it's me.
It might be you. I'm Cube.
Looked like a little bit of understeer.
No, he loses the rear.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
loses the rear and catches it. Man, this is just a race. Like I said before the race started, this was going to be a race of survival, and it's proven to be just that. And Transu came in too hot and had to make an avoidance move. If you're gonna do that, and if you're gonna come in late like that, at least don't hit the car in front of you. That was a good avoidance move by him.
Let's see what happened. He was quite a ways back. Oh, misses the brake zone. Oh, by a mile. Woo!
That is 2 laps and 2 spins in Ascari for Transu there.
And hasn't hit the wall yet.
Hasn't hit the wall yet.
Perez has moved on Buckley as he takes the inside, going into turn 1. Side-by-side action, wheel to wheel. Topping speeds up to, I don't know, 280 clicks. I don't know how much a click is, but I think it's fast.
Pablo seems to have made the move stick before the turn, which is the safest way to do it if you can, and gets a nice clean pass on him.
Oh.
Lindo looking to do the same thing on Ducharme here. Can't make it happen, falls in line.
They got Anton right behind.
Yep, and Anton has maintained a steady gap of 6 seconds on Robichaud, so here's where you might start to see that that gap start to close in as Anton has to make it through 2 cars who are fighting. They are blue flags, but they are fighting for their position, so they might not give it up as quick as you would think, or hope at least.
Oh, Sergio gets out of the way.
It leaves, I believe, 2 blue flagged cars between Robichaud and Rushevich right now.
Ren's closing in fast on Heisner.
Goes to the inside of Heisner.
My.
We've seen that happen about 4 times tonight. Coming on the inside of Parabolica like that, diving in, and the car on the outside starts to turn in, and the car on the inside either gets understeer or oversteer and loses it. Now, Rimzik was not entitled to that space in the track there, not having any overlap before the braking zone. Unfortunate situations to see here.
We got a 4-car battle here for P15 coming into turn 1. It's a good thing we didn't make it into a drinking game today. How many cars are gonna lose it?
We might have had to end the stream early. Seems as if Waleed Sadat is going to try to make a move on Miller here in a minute, because he's starting to close his gap up. As well as Buckley, Galindo, and JP Johnson fighting for P16.
Ooh, Galindo loses the rear into Lesmore too. Kisses
Ray, it might
the
be
wall.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to think it's definitely you.
I'm gonna, you know what? For the endurance series, I'm gonna start streaming while my teammate is on the car and just click all the cars around him.
All the cars in front of him. We did have earlier in the week, I was speaking with Anton Rushevich, and he was pleading, begging, and praying for no commentator's curse on him. He still does have that 6-second gap to Darren behind him.
As I follow him into Ascari.
He makes it clean through his grade. It seems as he, like we were saying there, Sean, after qualifying, whether he was going to figure out a new line through Ascari, a little safer line, and it seems like he's taking less curb, sticking more to the road, and just playing it safe through there. So,
yeah, no, with a 6-second lead, no need to take unnecessary chances through there. Just keep your head down, keep it smooth, bring it home.
I'm gonna go ahead and think that was his pit wall who was watching the stream. Just told him, hey, cool it down.
As we hit the 15-minute mark in the race, so coming into the last quarter of the race here, less than a quarter, sorry. Math is hard.
Sadat and Miller fighting for P4 here. Sadat always seems to close down the gap coming into turn 1 here.
With that Bentley power coming out there, just right there as we see it. With that negative 40 kg bop on that Bentley there, hard to keep up with them in a straight line. But Galindo's still working on Buckley here.
Ooh, we got JP off the road ahead.
Ooh.
Wonder
Gonna
what
give both of them a spot.
Wonder what happened.
I think Ascari happened to him.
Yep.
Little oversteer. Good catch. Keeps it out of the wall to stay in the fight. Loses 2 spots, but keeps the car together at least. As
Galindo and Buckley are going into turn 1. Side-by-side action. Wheel to wheel. Galindo pulls ahead. I never seen a Porsche take a GTR on a straight like that.
Away.
What is going on?
Buckley must have had a little bumper to bumper. Keep it clean. Buckley must have had a bad run out of Parabolica. Anton has opened the gap up to 7 seconds now. With 3 blue flags between them. It seems as if Darren is having struggles getting through these back marker cars.
Sadat making a move on Miller. Takes the inside into turn 1, hard on the brakes. Hugs the inside, makes it stick. Miller's not giving up without a fight. He might have a run out of into the second chicane. Let's see what he can do. Get on that draft. He's trying to make a move on the outside into Lesmore 1.
Seems as if we have some Galindo fan in the chat here, right after he makes his pass.
This is a battle for P4 here between Sadat and Kyle Miller. Further back, we got Matisse fighting Nicolette for P7. Ooh. As we both lose both drivers. We lose both drivers. Again, sorry. It's just... There was contact on the straight.
Early, which messed up the braking points, I think, a lot for both of them. And they just couldn't figure out the rhythm together through there. It seems as if Rudderham's going to be trying to make a move here on Levine. Coming through Ascari. See if you can put that Bentley power down the straightaway up to the BMW here. Does not have a move. Well, as we come into the 10-minute mark here, last 10 minutes of the race, Anton Rushevich sitting with a 7.5 second gap over second place of Robichaud. Sean, what do you think? What do you think Anton's thinking right now? Is he in pace mode, or is he still a little nervous, trying to hold on?
Rotherham has to run down the line into the inside into turn 1. Hard on brakes. Slots right back.
I think Rushevich is he's settled in. I don't think he's too worried about Ascari anymore.
Yeah,
he's even opened up his lead. Actually, he's up to 8 seconds now.
Yeah, I think having all those Seems as if Rotherham's trying to play it smart for the last few minutes, not trying to. You're sitting P13, you don't want to send anything too bad and take both of you out. So Rotherham seems to be playing it kind of smart here, not making any unnecessary sends. But I believe Rushevich is really enjoying all those back markers between him and Robichaud to kind of open that gap up as he's doing. He's up to 8 seconds now.
Here it goes. Rotherham takes the inside into Ascari. Easy pass. Easy does it. Oh, and he loses it at the end of Ascari.
No.
Oh my god. Sorry.
That's it, folks. Pack up the cameras.
I'm just gonna stick with Anton for a bit then.
They're asking about Justin Moffitt in track. I believe Moffitt, he left early on. He did more towards the beginning of the race. He had to end up leaving due to whatever circumstances caused him to believe that tonight was not the night to finish out a race for himself.
I think Rotherham got through Rimsk. Yep. Just Bentley power down the straight.
I believe they've swapped positions a couple of times. I think Rimzik took it from him through the final turn there, and he just took it back.
And Matt Schmitzer sitting in P3. This would be a season best finish for him if he can hold it together. Season best finish and a making the season best finish a podium. So good on Matt tonight. Just he's got free track in front and free track behind. He's in the best position you can be on this track right now. He is just sitting podium, best finish of the season, and in cruise mode right now. Good drive by Matt Schmitzer tonight. Rafael Cabrera sitting P8. That'll also be a season best for him. Bringing that Lexus in on Monza, this sole Lexus driver out here tonight, into a top 10 finish. Good drive by him as well.
Did we start with only one?
Oh
Lexus?
no, Galindo loses the rear again. Oh no.
Galindo has troubles through Ascari. That's
Once you overheat the tires on that Porsche, there's no controlling it. Just lifts on the right side.
Yep, that lift oversteer on those Porsches is dangerous. What were you asking there, Sean?
Did we start with only one Lexus? Or have we had drops?
Yes. No, Rafael Cabrera, I believe, is a solo driver. He does not have a teammate.
He's a strong, independent Lexus driver.
Oh, he is Ben Roberts' teammate.
Okay.
So
Ben Roberts is not racing tonight, yes.
Yeah, Ben's been out of town for work, I believe, and he's missed a few races.
He's got to work on his priorities. As JP Justice out of the road there for a second.
Anton opening the gap up another second.
We got
up to 9 seconds now.
Rotherham on Levine action here.
He's going to catch some blue flags here shortly.
Yeah, Rushevich's open track and freedom is about to come to an end here, and with coming into the last 5 minutes of the race now.
Well, he's up 10 seconds, so he doesn't even need to overtake the blue flags.
If I was him, I don't know if I would. I think I would stay a steady distance, because those blue flags are clumped together, and if they make a mistake and they spin out, you want to be far enough back to avoid all of that.
As Anton there was a little bit wide coming out of Ascari. I thought I did it again.
No, he was still within track limits.
Well, Jeremy, stay tuned for more tidbits on your favorite drivers. We got all the knowledge in here.
Rimsdick and Rutherham back at it again.
It's a three-way battle for P12.
Yep. I don't know, Levine and Rimsdick were going back and forth for a while as well, so now it's the three cars going back and forth. They've had themselves a battle tonight. Rimsdick trying to stop the car on the inside.
Yeah, Jeremy, if things stay as they are, Rushvich will pull off the hat trick for today.
Hat trick meaning pole position, practice, leaderboard, and race, I believe is what you're saying?
Pole position, fastest lap, and race win.
Gotcha.
Maximum points.
Maximum points. Not a bad way to get your first season win.
And I haven't noticed his lights flash once today.
He's had no one to flash at this point. He's just itching. I know his thumb is itching to press that flash button, but he just got nobody to flash.
I think he's just following my advice from last race. More driving, less flashing. Look at that. You got a 10-second lap.
Look at him flying. Yeah, I wonder what's happening with Robershot, if he's just stuck in traffic or if he's just trying to make it to the end of the race because the gap just keeps growing.
Rotherham with a sniff on the inside there into turn 1.
Rimsdick coming in hot, trying to get a part of it.
He might have a run into the second chicane here.
You know, if I'm Rimsdick here, I'm going to watch these two battle and see if they mess each other up and try to take advantage of it.
Pick
Sit
up
back.
the scraps.
Yep. Sit back, watch them battle, and
Oh,
try
they
to
like
find
that.
him.
Oh, no.
There it is. Oh.
Oh, he just messed it up there. That should have been his.
Yep. The Bentley of Rutherham made the mistake trying to make a pass on Levine, and Rimsdick wanted to capitalize on it. Now that they split up a little bit, Rimsdick needs to start thinking about a little bit about what he's going to do to make a move on his own as we come into the last 2 minutes or minute 32nd of the race. Probably have time for, I believe this will be last 2 laps here as Anton's rounding whatever that right-hander you keep calling something that starts with Lesmo. It started with an L. That L named corner.
Uh-oh. I found the light flashing. He was getting some blue flags out of his way.
He did go for the blue flags. That is a surprising move. He made it through cleanly, but I would say a risky, high risk, low reward move there. It did, and him fighting those blue flags did drop the gap down to 8.5
closing in
seconds.
into lap
Not
1
enough.
and turn 1. I mean, got the inside of Levine. Both on the brakes, wheel-to-wheel racing.
Here's where Rimsdick's going to want to come in and try to be a part of this.
Contact. Fairly
inside
clean
on the
and
Rimsdick.
completes the move. And Rims is trying to take advantage of the poor exit of that BMW. He might have that move also completed. And through goes Rimsk.
That is exactly what I was waiting for Rimsk. I know Rimsdick from racing with him before, and he's a very smart driver, and I know he was just sitting there waiting for those two to fight each other, and one of them was going to get a bad exit somewhere, and he could capitalize on it. Very smart driving, very heads-up driving by Rimsdick there. We are coming into the last lap now as Rushevich makes his way around the track. You might want to stay off of Anton until he makes it to a score here for his last layup. We got
He's around Buckley now. I think
Buckley. He should just be clean to the finish line here.
A little bit of a wiggle there. Look at him. He's stone cold face.
Cool and collected here. As he comes into to the last turn for his finish. P1 taking the top spot. This will be the hat trick we were talking about earlier, as he makes a clean finish to the.
Kyle Miller was fighting
straight away to cross the finish line in P1.
Kyle Miller was fighting
of this season.
Yeah. This was for P5 here in the last lap. Tries to take the inside into Ascari. Just grab too much curb wall on the brakes, and that's what will happen.
Aaron Robichaud crosses the finish line for a P2, and Schmitzer should be rounding that out for his season best P3, followed by Waleed Sadat in P4. Matt Anderson coming in for rounding out the top 5. Miller here, coming in for your P6 position. That is a P6 and P2 for Robichaud's team here with Darren Robichaud and Matt Matisse. Rafael Cabrera bringing the Lexus home in a season best P7.
P8.
P8.
Yes, people have locked off.
People are dropping out. See, yep, P8. Sorry about that, folks.
P9 for Nicolette, and rounding it up the top 10.
It's your winner's teammate there, Thomas Greer.
And Rena Oki bringing up the last car on track.
Tough race for Aoki. That's really going to hurt him. I mean, sitting point standings, you got some room to wiggle with having a bad race, but it's not what you want. That's not going to feel good for him, but you know, he's still got a shot. He's still got a shot at this, and taking it back into Red Bull Ring next race. Man, what a is he have another lap to do, or is he just trying to get it out of his system? He wants one lap of clean air of nobody around. He says, please let me just drive.
All right, guys. What a race! A lot of action, a lot of accidents. Entertaining to say the least, don't you think?
Interesting is a light term to use for that. Like I said, a bloodbath tonight. It was a race of survival for a lot of folks. Sean, what did you think about the race tonight?
Very interesting, but it was, like you said, it was pretty much as expected. Death in multiple points. It's just a product of the racing here with these super long straights and heavy braking zones. It's gonna happen.
Yep. We kind of knew going into the race that this is how Monza goes. I think a lot of drivers are going to be glad this track is out of the way, and moving on forward to the next. We will see what we can do about getting some of your leaders up here and to talk with them here 1 second.
Who are we trying to get first?
I'm going to pull up Rushevich right now. Anton Rushevich.
What's going on?
Welcome to the D4 booth. Incredible race tonight. You P1 season best. You had a great pole position, had a great start, had a little bit of a battle there to get yourself into P1 to start with Robichaud there. Talk us through that little battle in the beginning, what you were thinking, and then how that all went for you.
All I gotta say is that Bentley's just something else. Like, he kept giving me the space in turn 1, turn 2, and I knew that every time he would just get me, but there was nothing I could do. His car was just so wide everywhere. So at one point he made a mistake, I think actually a few times. But I just decided that, I'm just gonna dive in the pits, hope that he messes up. And luckily I had a clean pit stop, unlike last week, so that really helped out my case. And then I came out seconds ahead, and I kind of just pulled that gap out. So it was just really perfectly executed after that.
The battle before the diving into the pits, was there any issues? Did you have any bumps? Was it kind of clean for your part? How did it feel for you before you dove into the pits?
It was 100% clean. There were a few moments where I thought he was just braking way earlier than he really needed to, especially into Parabolica, but that's probably just because I had way more downforce than he did, because I was just catching him every single time there. So, I mean, it was really clean. I almost bumped into him into Parabolica one time, but I kept on the brakes, so luckily no incidents. We already chatted. We just had a good laugh of, how close the racing was.
Yeah, it was very exciting to watch. Great call on the pit, when to dive into the pits, and we noticed he followed right behind the next lap, and you still ended up about a second in front of him. At what point in the race did you ever kind of go into just chill mode? You had an 8-second, 10-second gap at points, or were you kind of still trying to push the whole time?
I was in chill mode probably about 25 minutes ago. I just kept being out 48 threes, and I did the fastest lap, and it was just, story was sealed after that. It was incredibly consistent. Tires dropped off a little bit, but I was just able to keep it on track despite the back markers being in front of me. But overall, very well managed for me, I think, and hope I can replicate that same performance in the future races.
Yeah, we did notice that you pulled off a hat trick tonight. Pole position, fastest lap, and race win. So congratulations on that. Red Bull Ring next week.
2 weeks.
We have an off week. But Red Bull Ring, it seems like the weather is calling for rain. How do you feel with your abilities to drive in the rain if it does?
I mean, rain is the greatest equalizer. If anything, everyone's just going to be way closer. So it's just going to being able to know the wet line, being able to get the traction down, making sure the tires don't overheat, and it's just a whole mind game, So really looking forward to that. I think it's going to be one of the best races of the season. So,
well, great race tonight. I'm sure you're pumped about the podium or the P1 position, season best finish for you. You guys got anything else for him?
I'd like to ask about Ascari, because it seemed that you struggled a little bit in qualifying there, and I know I watched you a little bit for practice before the race actually started, and you seemed to have some trouble through there. Did that affect you at all during the race?
No. It was more just like being in my head about, okay, don't invalidate, because in qualifying we have a very limited amount of time. As to in practice, we just have the hour and a half and the session restarts, right? So yeah. I had nothing to lose in the practice sessions. Here I did. I was really upset with myself that I invalidated 3 laps in a row, but I was happy with the first lap just being enough for pole. So as long as I beat Darren, it was nice.
All right. Well, great drive tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good luck. See ya.
Thanks.
Let's see if we can grab.
Get Roboshot up here.
Yeah.
I'll pull him up now. Darren Robishaw, are you there?
Hello.
Welcome to the D4 booth.
How you doing, D4 booth?
Doing good tonight. Great race.
Thanks,
very exciting to watch. We just spoke with Anton, and you guys' battle in the beginning was a sight to see. It was intense, had everybody on their toes. Talk us through what you saw from your point of view, leading the first stint of the race.
what I saw was Mustang in my rearview mirror.
And a lot of it.
Constant, right? It was just like T1, he's gonna dive. I got it on the inside. I'm coming around the outside. We're side by side. T2, T3, T4. It was like, you got to get a new move. And it's just like, he gets me. And then I dive bomb going into the next chicane. No, it was intense. That was a blast. And yeah, I overshot my pit box. So that cost me, what, 3 seconds in the pit?
Yeah.
Two, I think.
Yeah, so I would have been within fighting range too if I didn't mess up on the pits going in. But hey, no, it was a blast, man. That was a great race.
When you did come back out of the pits, it seemed like the story for the second stint for you was back markers between you and Rushevich. Were you having troubles with them? Were they holding you up, or were you kind of just trying to safely make it through without taking yourself or others out?
Just safely working through. The boys were real cooperative. I never had any issues with back markers wanting to fight or be troublesome. It went nice and smooth with that. Cheers to all those fellas that yield for a faster driver, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a very good race. We assume that your pit decision and time to go in the pits was based off of Anton's dive in on the next lap.
Exactly. I figured that if I stayed with him, I might be able to come out, right? If he gets undercut, it's like, no, I'm going to wait. I'll do one lap, and then I'll see if I could get a heater in, because he was behind me the whole time. I was defending every lap. I figure if I could get one good fast lap in before I went into the pits, I might be able to get a little bit of an undercut on him, but I overshot the pit box and destroyed my own strategy.
Yep. I'll say it. Is that a season best finish for you?
That is a season best finish for me. That's I don't think I've only had maybe one other podium since beginning SRA. Maybe two.
Good. Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much, my man. Thank you very much.
Red Bull Ring, 2 weeks from now. We have an off week next week. Weather forecast is calling for potential rain. How is your ability to drive in the rain if it does end up coming down?
I love rain racing. I absolutely love it. I don't know if I'm good at it, but I love rain races. It just adds to that immersion, right? It's just a little bit extra more chaos when you're coming into those turns that you can't see. It adds something to the whole flavor. It's great.
How do you feel about Red Bull Ring?
I like the track. I think it's great. Yeah, no, it's a beautiful track. Fun.
Well, congratulations for tonight's race. Your P2 season best podium finish. It was an awesome race to watch. You guys got anything else for him?
I did not. How about you, Jorge?
No, I'm good. Very, very well executed. It was nice watching that battle, and I hope to see you 2 weeks from now in the Red Bull Ring performing the same.
Nice. Okay, boys, thank you very much for having me in the booth. Thank you very much for streaming. Cheers. You guys are the best, man. SRA forever.
Appreciate it, man.
Good night, buddy.
Cheers, my man.
Anybody else we want to talk to right now?
Our P3 was Matt Schmitzer, but I am not seeing him in chat.
Wanna get the scoop from Cube? See how he likes D4?
Yeah. Let's pull him up here. Cube Master, hello.
Oh, I got kidnapped, I see.
Yep. You got kidnapped. So, D4 race for you. First move up from D5. You had a great qualifying for being your first race in D4, and then it seemed to turn tragic for you. Talk us through it a little bit, how tonight went.
A lot of probably shouldn't say those words on air, I would say. I've been yelling a lot. I don't know. I'm still a little pissy about it. He didn't even wait. I mean, you kill someone that badly, you wait, right?
Yep.
That's not much to it. Afterward, we have some good racing with car. What's the number? 216. We had a good racing. I had good racing with him.
Shane Transu, yes. Yep.
Yeah. We had good stuff around. I lost it on Parabolica onto him. I spun him a little, so that was on me. I apologize, but not much. I was excited to be on the podium. I saw the front two guys. I think Ian Daimler and someone else. I couldn't remember the other driver. spun each other on first chicane. I'm like, yeah, podium. It's like, yeah, JK, got rammed in the rear.
So how do you feel about your first race in D4 having that high up of a qualifying? Did you expect it?
Expect no. Small surprise. I usually don't put a whole ton of effort into qualifying practice. I just trying to get my race pace in there. So I'll qualify my previous PB by 4/10 if I recall correctly. But it's not a huge surprise, just a small surprise. So
Nice.
it is a surprise to be second, to be honest. That I am.
Yeah.
So.
You got anything for him, Sean or Jorge?
It looked like you were in another dust up there. I believe in the Lesmos or just after the Lesmos.
Yes, there was just I think I was losing concentration, just straight up being grumpy. So there are some instances, there being one of them. I couldn't get the car rotate correctly under braking, so it was understeering, oversteering. So I just went off course and was like, okay, just stay alive, point them mostly the right way, and because my race mostly is kind of wrecked already, so
yeah,
just trying to not get hurt too much more. So.
All right. Well, how do you feel about rain racing 2 weeks from now at Red Bull Ring?
That is not good for me. So we'll see. The rain has never been my thing. That's usually a Sean carry me there.
We'll get you coached up, bud.
Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna need that for sure.
Well, if you guys don't have anything else for him, good luck next week 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now at Red Bull Ring. Excited to see what you can continue to do in D4.
Yeah, finger crossed. Thank you, folks. Thanks for doing this for us.
Yep.
See ya.
All right, guys. I think that's it for today. Got any closing statements?
Monza. That's it.
Yeah.
It was Monza tonight.
Glad it's behind us.
Well, there you have it, folks. This has been Ryan Van Epps, Sean Daniels, and Jorge Bocini for the Season 12 Division 4, Round 4 in Monza for the SRA GT3 Team Series. It was a great pleasure to have you guys with us tonight, and hope to see you in 2 weeks from now in Austria at the Red Bull Ring. Same channel, same time. Take care. See ya, folks.
Right.